Welcome. Hi, Dan. You got No. Hey, Coach. Welcome to Dallas.
Coach, we're about 20 minutes early on this press
You know, when you have a 2-year-old grandbaby, it really makes it sort of special and unique, especially when you see Tata, who is grandma, have so much fun. So that made me really happy. But we're really excited about the opportunity that we have here this week at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Like to thank everyone associated with the Goodyear Cotton Bowl who worked so hard to host this event, a very first-class event, to say the least. And special thanks to Cotton Bowl Chairman Dan Novikov and President Rick Baker and the entire Cotton Bowl committee and those who are working hard to host us. We had a really good practice and preparation, back in Tuscaloosa before the Christmas break. Now I think the most important thing is everybody get the mindset back to get ready to play a football game, and probably a very challenging game from any perspective when you're in a playoff game with the 4 best teams in the country. I think getting back in the mindset, investing your time in preparation, investing your time in the way you practice, get the most out of practice so that you can go play a complete game. And I'm sure it'll take a 60-minute game against any of the teams that you would play at this point in the season in this playoff format. I can also like to mention that I'm very proud of the fact that we have 29 guys who have degrees, 3 master's degrees, and 26 graduates on our team, which I think is the most of any bowl team in the country, and says a lot about the program itself and the great academic support that we give our players and the investment that we make in their future so that they have a better chance to be successful in life. So we're excited to be here. We're excited about the challenges and the opportunity that we have, and certainly looking forward to this week of preparation.
Coach, we'll start down here on the right with Mark. Just first, did you get that blazer for Christmas?
No. I had it. I think I wore it to a game this year. I don't know. I can't remember which one. Nobody that had blue for colors, though.
Second, you talked about getting the players refocused. What's your message to them to get them refocused coming off the holiday break?
Well, I think pretty much what I said. It's all about mindset, kind of putting the Christmas holidays behind you, refocusing on what we need to do to invest our time in the preparation that we have, the opportunity each day in practice that you have to, and in meetings, to focus on that. And it's all about how bad you want something, because it's certainly going to be a difficult game, a tough game. And I think you have to prepare for that and have the right mindset in terms of what your expectation is when the game starts, of what kind of game it's going to be.
Go back in the middle with Matt. 2 questions for you, Nancy. The first one will be a Christmas question also. So what was the best present that you got yesterday? What was the best one that you gave?
Well, I think there's some point in time where, as you go through the stations of life, that you look forward to Santa Claus coming, and then at some point in time you become Santa Claus. So I was just happy to be Santa Claus. I was just happy to see everybody, and the kids, grandbaby, Miss Terry, everybody happy with the relationships, being around family, the gifts that they got. Christmas is about the gift of giving to me. I didn't get much, didn't want much, didn't expect much, but you know, Mark was worried about my sports coat, but I actually got some gold toe socks on that I did get for Christmas. So that might be my best present.
And the second question, just how much did the weather yesterday complicate getting everyone back and ready to go for the game? When did everyone finally get back?
It certainly was, you know, a difficult circumstance last night. But we didn't have an issue, at least with the group that came with us, which was probably 90% of the guys. Some of the guys from this part of the country and out west are meeting us here. I have not heard of any issues that we have with any of those guys to this point.
We'll go in the back with Mike Rada.
Hey, Coach,
Hey, Mike.
Merry Christmas. What is your expectation for your team this week as you get ready to play?
Well, I think if we can get our team to play their best football game of the year in a complete game, which I think it takes against a team like this, when you're playing a team that won several games in the fourth quarter, several games on the last play of the game, several games in really tough circumstances, I think that everybody has to have the mindset that it's going to take a complete game and it's going to be a tough game. And the way this team plays, good defense, don't turn the ball over on offense. They don't give you much. So you got to have the mindset that you're going to have to fight for every inch, and you're going to have to make them fight for every inch. And I think that's the kind of game it's going to be. But as a coach, you just like to see your team go out and play their best. And you do a good job with your coaches and your players getting them prepared to do that. And, you know, if you can do that, you feel good about it. And if you don't do that, you don't feel like you did a very good job. And certainly would like to do a better job this year than we did a year ago.
We'll come back up front with Aaron. If anybody else has got a question, we're going to tackle a couple more.
I know that we saw Kenyon in the SEC championship game. How is his arm, and how important what kind of role can he play for this arm?
He's been fine. He hadn't had any issues or problems at all. He's been able to practice every rep, do everything we needed to do. We needed him to do. I think he's much more confident now. I think the fact that he got to play in that game probably helped his confidence, but he seems to have no issues at all relative to what he's capable of doing. And I think it's important because he's certainly a guy that can be a weapon for us on offense, and we certainly need a little more diversity in terms of what we do on offense, and he's a guy that can give us some of those things.
Two more, Matt, and then Tommy.
Wait, what have you seen from the receiver for that number 16, Burbridge?
Excuse me?
What have you seen on film from the receiver, Aaron?
Oh, he's a outstanding player. Great ball skills, strong hands, strong physical receiver. You know, he's got great instincts for the game, plays with a lot of toughness. He's a good blocker. Probably as good an all-around player at his position as we played against all year long, and we played against a few good ones.
Tommy.
How much of an adjustment is it to play in this venue with the big screen and everything seems so expansive? And how much of an advantage, if you want to call it that, are you glad that you played in it and that your players have been in it?
Well, I don't know that it's an advantage or a disadvantage, or I can't speak to any of those things. The fact that we played here before, I think always makes, you know, players feel a little bit more comfortable, you know, in terms of what they need to do in a game to play. But there's going to be so many other things that contribute to, you know, the outcome of this game in terms of what players do, play in and play out, down in and down out. I think it would be very difficult to make some assessment of whether this big screen or the fact that we played here before would have any effect on the outcome of the game. I don't really think that Ohio State would have thought that Michigan State coming to play at Ohio State with the backup quarterback, that they would not be able to win the game, but they didn't. So all that really doesn't matter. It really matters how you play, the plays that you make in the game, how you execute, the discipline that you play with, the toughness you play with, how you finish the game. So those are the things that we're sort of most focused on.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.